Oh my gosh. Hey gardeners, welcome to Caden's Garden at Westside. Today I want to give you a tour of this garden. I want to give you a thorough tour of this garden that is located in Zone 11, Guyana, South America. So let's do it. I'm just trying to shorten the length of this so that we can really do this tour. Yes, these feet are too long out. All right, so we are going to start here. This is the pathway, and this is the first part of the garden that I put up when I started gardening. Even before I started gardening, this was just a footed mud path. And when I started collecting plants, I decided that I would just stick them along the paths. And that is how this pathway actually began. So now we have a lot of sago palms, a lot of calatheas in this place. On the understory, you will see a lot of spider plants, lots and lots of Chinese evergreen, and a few coleuses I have planted here. I do have a few roses. Look at this one that's going to open soon, just above, and there is a bougainvillea. But this pathway is made up mainly of heliconias. This one right here, let me show you. Look at this. And these are invasive. It's not a good idea to put them in the ground if you don't want them to take over. I have to cut this out, but as you can see, these were all cut out of the ground before, and they came right back. They absolutely love this part of the garden because the ground is moist but not totally wet. And then right along here, we just have, I think, about 6 sago palms at different intervals. If I tell you, this one here fell down, and we had to prop it up so many times, and that is why you will see that this space is looking like this. The ground is really soft here, and it needs a lot of building up. In the understory here, we have some philodendrons that are going crazy because that's what they absolutely love doing. And I just replanted these 3 different types of cordylines here to take up the extra space. And this is called our pathway garden because this began as the pathway, the first part to get to the house. And then this part is called the driveway garden. I have to show you it by starting from right over here. This is the garden along the driveway. This part, I like to call it the fountain place. So I'll show you the fountain place first, and then I'll show you the other side of the garden. So on each of these pedestals, I put a plant, a little urn, with an arrangement inside. And this fountain place has what is called muciendas. We start with a foxtail palm right here, and then muciendas, the white mucienda and the peach mucienda here also. And after this, another pot right there. But this one is suffering because it's right between this mucienda that is always moving with the wind, and so that pot doesn't really get a chance to show itself well. But if we come over here, we have another foxtail palm and the fountain in the fountain place. And this is the entrance of the fountain place. Right here is the entrance. And in there, on that side, it borders the walkway, the pathway as I call it. And then in front, we do have a bismarckia right there. You can see it. A Christmas palm and an exura. And then we have mango over there and lots of croton. And some more cordylines. Then we have a philodendron just going crazy on the ground. I think I'm going to use it in some other places. And this right here is tulsi. And this one we call never done, but it's actually vinca. So this is the fountain place. Now, on the other side of the driveway, on this side, this is just the part that is in front of the house. So we start here with this little pot that is really facing the heat of the sun right now. And then I planted these heliconias, the upright ones, and I planted them right here in this spot. And they're slowly encroaching on everything else. They're already on the Christmas palm. Look at that. Already right there on the Christmas palm. They're so beautiful for floral arrangements. But my gosh, they will take over if you don't watch them. They're coming up, they're encroaching. And here is my lipstick palm that is finally growing. Oh my gosh, finally growing. This thing has taken more than, I feel like 5 years, because it was planted at the same time with all of these other palms. But it is a really slow grower. This is also a little nook that we have before we get to the very front of the house. There's a nook right here with 2 chairs. There's a pot and there's an arch. Now the arch has a bougainvillea and another plant coming up on it. I can't recall its name. But after we pass that, there's another Christmas palm right here. And we have a beautiful bird's nest fern just enjoying life. It has the perfect environment, so I'm hoping that it will do well in this space. And then in front here, it's just lots and lots of cordylines. This is the entrance right here. And on the other side, I do have, again, almost mimicking the one side, we have some of the same plants right here. Now let's turn to this part of our garden that we like to call the park. The park is the unfinished part of the garden. This is the place where we are going to have lots and lots of water feature, because you cannot have a tropical garden without water feature. This is the entrance to the park. And the park has 3 ponds, lots of bird of paradise that are really, these plants really love to encroach and take over. But because they are in a spot that they really can't come down, I'm hoping that they will do well. I'm looking at the bricks at the bottom and I'm wondering if they're actually loosing them out, because they look a little bit loose. I don't know, you see that? But this part here is surrounded by 3 ponds that are actually going to become waterfall. Now, if you look in here, you will see lots and lots of algae. So I'm trying to get some shrimp, because I know that shrimps love to eat the algae. So that's my next job. This is one side of our little park garden here. And there are lots of seats in the park. All of these here have to be painted over. They need a good paint. And you can sit right here under the lemon tree. Now I have to continually spray this lemon tree because of these little bad boys that go for the young stem and actually impede the growth of these. So Oh my gosh, look at this. This is what is stopping this plant from producing. So I have to go in and do a daily treatment on it to get it going. Now let's go on the other side of the park. So that's the second pond right there that will become the water fountain. And then right behind here, you can see a lemon. Do you see that lemon there on the lemon tree? Just a few lemon because of what's going on. So I have to treat it really. And over here is the third pond. It's a purple fountain grass right next to the pond. This is the other side. And we are actually coming up to another seating in this area right here. I love this one, especially in the afternoon when the sun is down. I'm going to show you it from the outside, how beautiful it looks. Hope I'm not going too fast. Let's go over here. I want to show you this one here. That's the seat right there. Now, our next garden is our side garden and walkway to the gazebo. And this one actually begins right over here. This is the beginning of it right here. And we have what is called the monkey brush vine. I want to show you the flower. This is the flower on the monkey brush when it's closed. And I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's opened. This is an open monkey brush vine right there. That's how the flower looks, like a brush. And this one is endemic to our part of the world. More monkey brush vine. We've been feeding the plant, this vine, with a lot of compost. And we noticed that it is really giving us a lot of these flowers. We have 3 right here that are soon going to open. Yes. So this is the side, and then we're coming to the entrance to go in. This is the walkway entrance right here. And on this walkway entrance, there are 2 sides because it's a walkway. So this is the side that faces Caden Hall. So we have a hall here, an outdoor garden hall, and this side faces the garden hall. So I'm going to show you this side first, and then I'll show you the other side. So this is the side that faces the hall. If you're sitting on the hall, in the hall, this is the part of the garden that you see. And this part of the garden, it's, you know what, I think I have to show you like this so you can see both at the same time. This is flanked by 8 pots. Yes, so we have 2 that are right on the ground right here. The first 2, they're right on the ground. Then we have these 2 right here that are elevated. Then we have the other 2 that are on 4 inches. And then we have the other 2 that are really highly, highly elevated. At the front there. Now, along this pathway, we have lots of coleuses. Spider plant, crown of thorns that I think are not getting enough sun because they're really not flowering as much. And then in the intervals between the pots, I've placed lemongrass. So you see that's lemongrass there. More lemongrass. And then in front of the lemongrass, on the very ground, we have lots of coleuses. We do have a little nook right here that you can walk into. And there's a little swing that you can sit on. And this part of the garden is like a microclimate because it's surrounded by so many trees. It's always so cool in this spot. There's also a little pathway on this side that is cool also. And then we have our palms that are flanking this walkway also. And we have placed some orchids on the palm. That one doesn't have any, but the ones over, so yes. So this will lead you straight to the gazebo. But if you focus on the side, you're going to get into what we call our side garden. So let's go to the gazebo first. This is the gazebo. And then on the side here, over here, this is our side garden. So let's take a walk into the side garden. Now, this garden is, we have both food and ornamental plants. Now, this limb here, this is a vine, and it came right down. So I'm going to let's just push it around here. Let's see what it will do. I'm waiting for it to flower again. Oh gosh, oi! I don't want to give it too much thing. There. So that's this vine, it's on here. Flowers a lot. And this actually grows on trees right here. And I just picked it and I did exactly what I see they do in nature. They grow from the bark of the tree. So I've put this one on the bark of the tree for it to grow. This part of the garden is really, really cool. Lots of copper leaf. We have right here our great traveler spam. This thing has experienced such tremendous growth, it's unbelievable. We have a lot of sanchisias, hibiscus. The hibiscus right here went through a really rough time. Look how beautiful the flower is. But everything here was overtaken by pests. And I'm still thinking if I should just cut them, get rid of them and start over, or if I should just continue treating it, because I've been treating it and it's coming around, but I feel as if I cut them and start again, I might end up with something better. This is the coolest part of the garden. When I tell you cool, this is amazingly cool. Amazing. Here's our coconut. Lots of sanchisias. This is our guava. We actually passed the pomegranate tree, but this is the guava right here. And then we come to this little part here, which is the entrance to our courtyard garden. So I'm going to show you what a courtyard looks like. We're still working on it to get the grass to be how we want it to be and to get everything to be really nice and level. I've planted a beautiful hibiscus right here and it has taken off, or I can say it is taking off. I have to keep watching it to see how well it's doing, but it is really growing nicely. I feel like cutting this part here and putting it down in the ground, let it grow. Also, it's growing well. And let me show you what is giving off a baby. Our traveler spam is pushing out a little baby there. Can you see that? That's the baby from the traveler spam. And this is the courtyard. Here is another traveler spam that is as old as the other one, but this one is really punishing to grow. We had a plant shop the other day, and I put all of these plants down, and they are not doing well. I hope they catch. All of these were placed down on the ground. Now the earth is very saggy, not saggy, but moist from the rains. So I'm hoping they will do well. This is the entrance right here again to our courtyard. And this is the entrance to the back of the hall. Over here started as I would call this a nursery. But then bit by bit, it just became a plant space. Now I want to take you into the food garden, but I don't want to walk here by the coconuts because I don't want the coconut to fall while I'm walking. So we're going to take the other way around. Now right here, I'm going to be doing, these are sweet potatoes. I feel as if the ground here is too wet for them though. And this is our entrance. Now we have lots and lots of rain. And I'm still thinking, how am I going to do the vegetable garden, the ground of it? Because right now what I have is lots of newspaper, lots of cane, some coals and different things. But I want to show you the vegetable garden. So the vegetable garden is made up of 9 beds. This one is the center and circular bed. And in this one, we have our turmeric. This is turmeric growing right here. We have our sweet potato. I feel like something is eating the leaves of the sweet potato. We have papaya. We have another papaya at the back, and we have a sapodilla tree in this one. Behind there is lots of sugar cane. Oh, wow, let's pick this guava. I'm going to eat this guava. Let me climb up on the bed. Oi, oi. And let's pick this guava right here. These guavas are so sweet. As a pumpkin growing on top of the sugar cane. You're having fun. Lots of sugar cane right there. Let's go look at the plants I planted lately. Oh, before we look at those, I want to show you the peas. This is the red peas. I planted some more out. These you can just, when they dry, open them and eat them, or you can eat them green like this also. Guava is good. Over here, we have lots of peas. They're all going to eventually climb on this arch right here. And I plant so many that they will come right up to the top. Over here, This one is called bird pepper. See that? Very hot pepper. We have peanut in here. But this bed is now coming up. I find like this is a work of a trial and error to get things to grow in here. Right here, we also have some pumpkins growing along there. And I planted some same, and I'm not even seeing any evidence of the seed opening. I'm hoping that they will open. This is more sweet potato on the corner, and that's the bean right over there. Now, I did plant some same on this other side too, so let's go check on them. No evidence yet of anything opening. I don't know, I feel like the water is washing them away. See, they say this is the same seed, but they are at the top of the thing now. So I think they will burst, but I don't know when. This is mint. This is comfrey. Comfrey there. And this is actually a thyme, if you can see that there. And we have some cassavas at the back there. This is called fine leaf thyme. And in this bed here, I planted corn. I see this one is really coming up. Oh my gosh, you see something? I think my husband threw something on the corn and they're actually coming out of the ground. Oh my gosh. This one is growing. This one is out of the ground. Wait, I have to support these corn, man. Look at this. I think he didn't realize that I planted the corns here. They are actually being destroyed. Let me plant this one back there. Dig another hole here. Put this one back. Dig that. Put this one down. I think what he did was, I think he threw some compost into the spot. And that one is Tanya growing there, and we have some peas. The place is extremely wet at the back here in this garden, and this one is really a work in progress. But I still eat out of this garden every single day. So I want to thank you so much for watching this little tour of my garden.